Assalamu alaikum everyone. The topic of my report is job opportunities for transgender in Pakistan. The basic purpose to make this report is to evaluate the problems of transgender they faced while living in our society. The whole research was done in university by students in which different age groups were involved, ranging from 17 to 24 years old. What is transgender? What is mean by transgender? Transgender means a person who is transgender identifies as a gender different from the gender they were assigned at birth. The term transgender was firstly used by John Money in 1955, and then it came into Oxford Dictionary derived from the Latin abbreviative case of genus, which described the relationship between man and woman. Next we have types of genders. According to our research and information, we come to know that there are 58 types, which includes male, female, transgender, cisgender, cis male, cis female, big ender, age ender, and androgynous. All these types have slightly difference. Some have female qualities, which have male qualities. Those have characters of male. They have bred, their body looks like male. Transgender people identify as either male or female, that is a combination of male and female. And which have female transgender qualities, they are totally like female, but due to some genes problem they are transgender. Their voice are like female, their body structure, their walking style, and their makeup is like female, so they are called female transgenders. Now what are the causes which cause them to be transgender? The exact cause of transgenders are not completely understood, but several different factors may play a vital role, like genetics, hormonal influence during parental development, and environmental factors may also be involved. Environmental factors are one of the main cause of being transgender. The main cause is and the next main cause, according to biological and medical sciences, is gender dysphoria. Studies suggest that gender dysphoria, health medicine, and may have biological causes associated with the development of gender identity before the birth. Biological sex happens in the mother womb. Entomological sex is determined by chromosomes that contain the genes and DNA, which causes gender dysphoria. Hormonal causes. Hormonal that triggers the development of sex and gender in the womb may not function adequately. For example, anatomical sex from the genital may be male, while the gender identified that comes from the brain could be female. Exposure to progesterone or other estrogenic drugs. Although there is no research that shows the males or females exposed to progesterone in the womb or other estrogenic drugs. Rare conditions that may lead to transgender are in CAH. A female fetus has an adrenal glands that produce high level of male hormones. This enlarges the female genitals, and the female baby may be confused with the male at birth. The next factor which causes transgender is intersex conditions. Many babies may be born with genitals of both sexes. In these cases, the child is allowed to grow and choose his or her own before any surgery is carried out to confirm. Maybe he choose male sex, or maybe he choose female sex. Not all transgenders are by birth. Many people choose to be transgender by their own will. Some people are not transgender by birth. They do surgeries to transfer their gender. Gender affirming options may include facial surgery, top surgery, or bottom surgery. Sex reassignment surgeries refers to procedures that help people transition to their life identifying gender. Today, many people prefer to use the term gender affirmation. People may have surgery so that their physical body matches their gender identity. People who choose gender affirmation surgeries do so because they experience gender dysphoria. Physical changing your sex is complex path. Some people choose hormone therapy alone. Others go further, getting major surgeries to make transitions. For example, mental health evaluation, hormonal therapy. Next, we will describe problems faced by transgenders. Transgender community is the school face physical, sexual, emotional violence in the terms of neglecting and discrimination as well. They often experience isolation and abuse and are not being allowed to share common grounds with classmates. They are not treated as normal human beings. People do not give them the rights to live independently. Transgender people also faces numerous problems according to their health, including staggering rates of HIV infection, lack of primary care including individualized medically necessary transition-related healthcare, and high rates of attempted suicide. Transgender people bear the economic consequences of discrimination, including high rates of poverty and unemployment, discrimination in education, and homelessness. Trans people are more than twice as likely to live in extreme poverty, with latent transgender people facing 3.5 times and black transgender people facing 3 times the poverty rate in the general US population. That's why transgender society is facing injustice, poverty, illiteracy, social and cultural boycott. Lack of opportunities and non-dominant social identities are some reasons for social exclusion for their marginalized group. This concerned minority has the extra stress of coping with their sexual orientation in our society. That's why they faces numerous problems according to their job opportunities. People do not give them job. We also have some more models of transgenders which show that if you have a strong will and faith in yourself, you can do everything. Here are some examples. Aisha Mughal has been considered as a successful transgender from the year 2020 who made history by representing Pakistan. She became part of the Pakistan government and presented the case of human rights. She is a transgender woman, an activist, a qualified researcher and a trainer. She has been working for health and rights in Pakistan since 2015 and have achieved several milestones. She has broken the negativity for her community that they cannot do anything. Her research paper for transgender has also been published by Taylor and Francis, and her paper on HIV has been published in Gulf Medical Journal. She had played an important role in getting the transgender bill passed by the government of Pakistan. This bill is about the protection of transgender. Next we have Maria Malik. Maria Malik is another Pakistani transgender woman who have been hired in Pakistani news channel as the first transgender TV news reader. She has also been worked as a model, and she told that she moved to tears when she was offered the job. She anchored her first show on private broadcaster Kohinoor on Friday after 3 months of training. Transgender people face discrimination in Pakistan and many struggle to find employment. She told BBC that she had to control her screams when she moved out of the house. A transgender person has made history by passing the professional MBBS exam for the first time in Pakistan history. Sarah Gil Khan, the first transgender person to have this honor in Pakistan, passed her final professional exams of MBBS from the Jannah Medical and Dental College in Karachi. If we talks about the jobs of transgender in Pakistan, transgender people in Sindh government will be allowed to join police force and become official police officers. The police chief said that adding it was time to offer more opportunities to a group related to manual jobs in government. As in neighboring countries, transgender Pakistanis have faced whispered discrimination for decades. Many live by earning a living as dancers or forced into sex working or beggars. A 2017 census counted that there are 1,04,1800 transgender people in the country of 2,700 million, but right group charity Trans Action Pakistani estimates that there are more than 500 people, and trained police will be a major development for the community as some transgenders have achieved celebrity as news anchors or fashion models. Next we have literature review. In Pakistan, the transgender people cannot join the honorable profession. Why? What is the reason? The reason behind this is that if they are appointed as a highly ranked officer, in which category they will fall, either in man or woman. That's why they are only restricted to singing, dancing, banking, etc. These professions overcome their depression and make them feel unhappy. This is totally unfair. As a citizen of Pakistan, they have a completely freedom to apply for highly ranked professions. Another reason for their unemployment of transgender is that most of the people do not feel comfortable while working with them. They hesitate from them. They do not think that they are also like human beings. They have also the ability. So that's why their future is moving towards the dark with no hope for good. In making our report and research, we also make a questionnaire asking different questions from the students and different mindsets, that what is their reaction to these questions. Like we asked, you know any transgender, and what was the response? 25 people agree and disagree that they don't even know that what is meant by transgender. You have any transgender in family? 9% people agree and 21% people disagree. Next question was, his family accept him? The response was 0%. That no family will accept if they have a transgender in their house. You have any friend who is transgender? 17% agree and 13% disagree. You feel comfortable meeting transgender? 19% agree and 11% disagree. You feel comfortable while eating with them? 56.7% people agree and 43.3% people disagree. They must be a part of our society. 96.6% people agree and 3.4% people disagree. They must only be bound to dancing and begging. 100% people agree and 0% people disagree. They should have right to give vote. 90% people agree and 10% people disagree. You would like to work with them? 90% people agree and 10% people disagree, and there were many more questions like this. And in the last, I will only say that transgender people are also like us. We owe the same respect to all members of our communities. We do not yet know if gender identities emerge from genes, hormones, environmental factors, or most likely to any other thing or any other factor. It is unlikely that people with a transgender identity simply chosen their gender identity by their own. That's why transgender society is facing injustice, poverty, illiteracy, social and cultural boycott. Lack of opportunities and non-dominant social identities are some reasons for social exclusion for their marginalized group. This concerned minority has the extra stress of coping with their sexual orientation in our society. That's why they faces numerous problems according to their job opportunities. People do not give them job. Transgender is not just a medical transition, it is discovering who you are, living your life authentically, loving yourself and spreading that love towards other people and accepting one another no matter their difference. You should give them respect, love, kindness. If they are transgender, they are not fetish or sick or twisted or a dirty secret or an experiment or a lifestyle or confused or a project or a punchline or a query or a villain. They are human beings like us and they have the ability to do everything. We should give them respect, job opportunities and freedom to live their own life on their own will. Hopefully you have learned many things from this video and hopefully this will help you in your report writing. Goodbye, take care, Allah Hafiz.